Since my channel is mostly related to education content, I'm pretty sure that most of the people who are watching this video would surely have a LinkedIn account. In the past few months, I have been observing the posts on my LinkedIn feed, and I strongly feel that LinkedIn is now no different than Instagram. I mean, whenever I open my LinkedIn account, all I can see is that people posting about their new jobs. Of course, people are free to do whatever they want to. You can simply ignore those kind of posts, but the problem here is that you see a lot of those kind of posts these days. This actually has a lot of negative sides to it. Like, consider a situation where there is a person who is pursuing their masters abroad and they are struggling to get an internship. Now when they open their LinkedIn account and all of a sudden they see that 10 of their friends or 10 of their people 10 of the people from their own course got an internship and they did not, this surely would affect their confidence. And you need to be practical here. You cannot say that maybe that person can learn from those 10 other people. Of course they can, I'm not saying that, but a part of them would always go under some kind of stress because they are already struggling to get an internship, which is not a good thing. The most worrisome or maybe dangerous thing about social media is that people always try to depict fake positivity or absolute perfection, which does not exist in real life. And social media in professional life makes things even more worse. I've seen a lot of posts in which people try to show or depict that they love their work a lot, which is a good thing, but some people go into extremes where they show that, like, for example, even though they are on a vacation, they can't stop working, or maybe they can't stop thinking about their work, which I think is something which is close to being fake. And the same goes to the people who post about their job updates, and I really don't know how does posting about getting a new job brings any value to anyone. Of course, I know that it's more of a kind of a celebration where people get this kind of a dopamine rush from other people congratulating them and liking their posts. Now consider a scenario where, what if after starting a new job you realize that you don't like the nature of the work there? What if after a few months into your job you realize that, or you get bored of doing what you're doing already? And it happens to a lot of people, and I strongly believe that it would happen to most of us because it's in human nature that if we do something repeatedly for a very long period of time, then eventually we get bored of it. And I also talk to a lot of people, and oftentimes I ask them this question, like, are they satisfied with their jobs or not? And many a times I get this answer where people tell me that they're not satisfied with their jobs, even though that job post or that job looks very fancy on their LinkedIn profiles. It's very difficult to get such kind of answer because people are often reluctant to tell the truth. But I try to make people comfortable so that they can share these kinds of things with me. So this is the difference which I wanted to tell you, that there's a difference between real professional life and professional life on LinkedIn. Now, how is all of this relevant to you? For example, if I've seen that there are a lot of people who want to pursue masters here in Germany. So they also have this some university into their minds in which they want to pursue their masters. So the first step which they would do is to search for people who are already studying those university on LinkedIn, of course. And then if the person who is already studying in that university is pursuing his or her internship in some big companies, then this person would think that, all right, if I would go to this university, then I would also get an opportunity to work in such a big company, or to do an internship or a master thesis in such a big company. But the problem here is you don't know the backstory. You don't know whether the person who is pursuing an internship in a very big company is satisfied with the kind of work he's doing there. And I've seen a lot of cases where people are doing internship in very big companies, but they're not satisfied with the nature of the work there. So it's all misleading. Like, even if that person is working in BMW, Audi, Porsche, or whatever, that does not mean that person is satisfied with their jobs. So you should always ask people questions, such kind of questions. And for me, it's like, I want to work in such big companies, but for me what's more important is that the nature of work or the work which I am doing should always align with my interest or goals. And I really wanted to give you a piece of information here. A small piece of information here is that companies like BMW and Audi are considered as luxurious brands in India, and the reason behind that is that these companies export only the luxurious car models to India. But here in Germany, you would find a lot of models of BMW and Audi, which are very cheap and easily affordable by people belonging to the middle class. But yeah, LinkedIn also has a lot of benefits. I mean, you get to know about the new trends in the industry which you want to work in, or maybe there are a lot of people who got full-time jobs through LinkedIn. So it really depends upon the person who is using it. But if you want, you can still post about your job updates on LinkedIn. I mean, for example, if you're coming here to do your masters, and you should definitely post about your first full-time job, because I think so it's a very important achievement of your life. and it's very amazing. I mean, like, you get a lot of happiness. But I would also, advise you to, develop this kind of trait in your personality of becoming happier for your own success, even though the world doesn't know about your success. Lastly, I want to end this video by saying this. I don't know how many of you can understand, but I'll still say it. It goes like, working in Porsche and owning a Porsche are two entirely different things, the latter being superior always. See you next time.
Baba nerede çarşafım? Gördüğüm bu paketler benim dermanım. Hoppa yavaşça açıldı fermanım. Sakın kaçma buraya gel la kezbanım. Adana çocuğu aga şehrimin delisi. Olay büyük kardeş mevzu kendisi. Plaka